Okay, I am live. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am here to do a reading for Aquarius, a love reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or maybe your North Node, or anybody else who happens to come across this. Cross watchers are welcome. And it's my intention. There is something in my readings for everyone, even if it's just a single sentence. But if there's anything in here that doesn't resonate, just leave it. It just wasn't meant for you. This is a general reading. And my readings are timeless. So whenever you catch this is the right time for you. So yeah, I am continuing with what I did last time, which is doing the certain spread for the love reading. And I will start by using my good tarot deck, and then I will clarify with the Oracle Tarot. And yeah, if it seems like the situation is reversed between you and your person, then just, make it fit however it fits. And if it doesn't fit, it's not meant for you. Okay, so to begin with, I'm going to cut my cards. And we start with what happened in the past. The world. Lots of success and happiness and yeah, big good things. Current energy is 8 of water. Ooh, okay. There could be some walking away. Seeing beyond the shiny surface, realizing there's more to a situation. What's on your person's mind? Wanting to move towards you swiftly, wanting to communicate, maybe stuck in the past a little bit, thinking about stuck on how things went down and trying to figure out how to change things in their favor. This is how they view you, 4 of Earth. They could see you as building on a solid foundation in your life, taking ownership of yourself and your life. They can also maybe see you as theirs, that they feel a little bit of ownership over you. But we will see. How do they feel? they're up in this has them a little bit whatever you guys are dealing with, they're a little bit torn up, and rather than dealing with the feelings, they are trying to mask those feelings through doing things that are not good for them. This is often the card of overdoing it, of self-medicating, overindulging. How do they want to move forward with you? Well, playfully, happily, joyfully, optimistically. What are the hidden factors you don't see? That they really want to. They want to make this work, and they want to make it happen quickly. They want to move towards you quickly, and this could be physically, like traveling to you. We started with the world, so it could be that you are at a distance from one another, and that there has already been some amount of traveling back and forth. to somehow see one another. And they're like coming back around to like, yeah, I need to see Aquarius. Your advice is 6 of Air. To allow yourself to come out of whatever conflict you've been dealing with, to move your ship to calmer waters, move it out of the storm. Your outcome, this is how it's going to play out, could potentially be very positive, knowing that there's effort to put in, but being open to it because there's also magic. And it's going to be worth the effort, that you're both going to potentially be putting your personal best into the situation to make it succeed, to make things grow in a positive way. But also not conforming. This is a card of nonconformity. And really being really true to yourself. Maybe both of you having learned some kind of lesson and you're just like, okay, not compromising who I am for this situation. But if we can come together on equal ground, on the same wavelength, then maybe it'll work. This is the overall energy, which is it's about being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision. So this could be either of you or both of you. So let's start with what happened in the past. So yeah, the world. The world is about, as I said, it's success, it's freedom, it's happiness. It's a completion that prepares you to move forward in a new way. So let's see, let's clarify. Why is the world here? High Priestess. This could be you or your person, but I'll just say you, make it easier for the reading. But this is tapping into your intuition, your inner knowing of what you needed to do to have a successful relationship with this person. Knowing what was required. And this is you being very, the High Priestess can be very secretive, like just know something and doesn't need to express it, just kind of hangs out. And maybe there was a point when you were like, everything's good. Why would I need to talk about something? But there was you were being guided, some kind of inner guidance in this situation. Guided to take purposeful action towards this success. And getting unexpected help through taking that purposeful action. It's like getting that inner knowing, following your intuition that was telling you, yes, this is absolutely correct for me to do right now to move forward. And in doing that, it was like this person could be the person we're talking about, could be someone else, but ultimately it was kind of like a gift from the universe. Like, yeah, you're taking the steps you need to take, and now here's your reward. And something was given to you unexpectedly because you were following your inner knowing. You were being open to receive all the abundance, all of the good things that came with that success. But then the current energy, we have the 8 of Water. And in this deck, this is about kind of seeing beyond the surface. of a situation, of the seeing beyond the shiny things, because we have this person, they have their back turned, they're looking out towards the ship coming in. They've got all these jewels, but it's kind of like, yeah, I think there might be something more for me than what I have here. And maybe it's on that ship. Being willing to walk away from whatever you've built up because you see that there's something more, potentially more fulfilling, just better in general. A journey. This is also a journey of discovery. Letting go and seeking a deeper meaning and greater authenticity. Oh yeah, and beyond superficiality. A deeper meaning and greater authenticity. So it could be that there was this in the past, you had this success, you took this purposeful action, you were given the help, but at the end of the day, you were like, I still don't feel totally fulfilled. And maybe there was some kind of superficial thing happening where it brought you to this point where you're like, not all that glitters is gold. I need to have more than just the shiny thing or shiny things in my life. Yeah, you have decided that you need someone who's really going to show up for you, who's not just going to have the nice clothes, the nice hair, the nice car, the whatever, that you need something that is so much deeper, where there's this very spiritual connection. It's not just all about the money. There's, it's about that understanding that you need to connect with your higher power. You want to connect. That your relationship with someone is about that connection. That you two are more than just this 3D human, meat suit, as some people say. Hey, Arcadia Dream, cool name. So, yeah, potentially deciding on a new lover, needing to take a stand for this conviction that you have. You're like, oh, I don't want just a regular relationship. I want something that's deeper, that's higher, that's more all-encompassing. And you're spending the time figuring out what you want. Looking in the cupboard of your heart, seeing what you have to give. I think this is a part of this, because you're going within, you're looking into your heart. This is allowing you to tap into that innermost authentic part of yourself. Seeing beyond the superficial things, where you're really tapping into this deeper desire, this deeper knowing. So what's on your person's mind? They want to move swiftly towards you. They want to communicate with you. But they could be stuck on an old way of thinking. And this could be a part of why you're reflecting. Because they're like, I want to be with Aquarius because it's all about, like, Aquarius is really beautiful or really handsome. Aquarius has the money, I don't know. There's a surfaceness there that you're like, come on. You need to see the bigger picture. But they do see that you two are a good match. They do see you as a soulmate. That you make a good team. And I think that they see that being with you it's a good opportunity. Somehow there's some kind of, dollar signs in their eyes around being with you. Maybe they think that you two collaborating will ultimately boost you both forward in life. Because I do see that you would make a good team. So it could be around work somehow. And they're realizing that in order to move forward in this new way with you, they do need to release the past. They do need to change their thinking and not have it based on old ways. That it's time to change. And I think they're aware. They're aware of this. I feel like giving up. He doesn't say anything in his cutthroat, no communication situation. Yeah, that's tough. When you can't communicate, what do you do? I mean, there is a need to release the past here. And this could be on his mind. And again, the roles can be reversed. So this could be on your mind as well. Like you're like, yeah, I see that we could make a good team. I see that this person is a really good match, but somehow there's a need to, this idea of releasing the past. It's about forgiveness. It's about owning your part, having compassion for yourself, for the other person, so that you can move forward. It's a part of getting you unstuck. So, okay, so how does your person view you? As I mentioned, they might feel like they own you, like you're theirs. So regardless of what has happened, and even though you're in this place of reflection and potentially walking away, they're kind of in this place of like, no, Aquarius is mine. And this card in particular, there's something else I'm forgetting. Trusting in a solid foundation. I think that they are realizing that when they release the past, when they release this old way of thinking that has caused them to show up in a certain way, that they will be able to rebuild with you and build on a more solid foundation. That there's certainly the potential there. And this is how they view you. So maybe they see you as building a more solid foundation within yourself, in your life, taking ownership of yourself, taking it back from the situation. Yeah, there have been some issues. They've been some tension and conflict with you guys. Has not been easy. But we have the star. There's hope. There's feeling inspired in being able to create this new foundation despite the challenges and problems. And they could see you as, because you're stepping into this, creating a solid foundation within yourself, within your life, that's allowing, that they're seeing that that's allowing you to kind of, you're taking your power back and you're like, okay, I'm feeling hopeful about the future. I'm feeling inspired. I mean, this is the inspired warrior. We have inspired twice. I think that they see you as someone who is worth putting the effort in because you are inspired. You are like solid in who you are and what you want. This is a card of victory, of moving forward. Like, even though you might have had some battles, even though there might have been some things that have brought you to your knees, you've stood up and you're like, I'm going to keep going. And it's victory because you're tapping into your own ability to create what you want in your life. The inspired warrior doesn't fight needless battles. The inspired warrior knows how to skirt around the challenges and the problems. This is you learning your lesson, and you're like, okay, I know what I want. I'm inspired to put something in my basket that's actually that's going to work for me. Yeah, so many major arcana here. So then how do they feel? Their emotions. They're giving in to fear. I mean, that's where this kind of thing, overindulging, pretty much always comes from a place of fear, because you're doing it because you're not willing to face. They're not willing to face that you might potentially be moving on. And so rather than just deal with their feelings, rather than actually communicate, they're just, it's like immediate gratification. They're just trying to cover something up, push it away because it's too uncomfortable. It's too painful. Your own power. I mean, this is how they're feeling. Maybe they feel like they need to take their power back. Maybe somehow because they see you moving on, they see you taking your power, they're like, it kind of has them like, well, if you're going to do it, then I'm going to do it too. They could also be realizing that they're the only one who can actually get themselves out of this place of being stuck, being stuck to just giving in to whatever the immediate gratification thing is at the moment. This is about, I really see this as being about willpower. They want new love in their life, and I really think they want it with you. They want a new beginning. That's based on, it's an emotional new beginning. But they're contemplating at the same time. They're not sure if they should walk away. We have the walking away card twice here, because this is the current energy. They could be feeling kind of threatened by seeing you taking your power back, and they're like, do I even have a chance with Aquarius? Or if this is about ego, if they're still caught up in giving into their temptations, they could just be like, the bruised ego. That part of ourselves wants to run in the other direction and not deal, not communicate. But they're definitely in this time of just trying to trying to figure stuff out. There is a certain amount, because of this being the Eight of Cups, they are getting into their feelings. And this is about what are they feeling? And they're actually spending the time going within, trying to get themselves figured out. How do they want to move forward with you? Playfully. Could be a new beginning. They feel optimistic that you could work this out. They want to start from a new place of kind of moving beyond the past and getting back to a place of innocence. Starting on back at square one, in a way, where going back to a time when things were more innocent between you two, before all the challenges and problems came up. I think as they want to move forward with you in that way, but also take the time to take it one step at a time. Does that make sense? To move. I mean, the wands are very, very much about passion, but then maybe things were passionate before, and it's kind of like, like it's almost a burden at this point, where they want to have this new beginning, but then maybe the past, they haven't fully released the past yet. They want balance and harmony with you, ultimately. And maybe that's why they're taking the time to pause, to observe what has gone down between you, to observe their own inner workings. And that balance and harmony came up as a clarifier for this. Like, she's a mermaid. She's balancing on her tail, and she's in harmony. Balance and harmony within the relationship through being playful, through getting back to that place of innocence and childlike wonder. Cash flow. Yeah, I mentioned before, there's some kind of, somehow finances is tied up in this, some kind of financial something. And I think that they see the potential to grow financially with you, that you two can collaborate, be a team, that you're working together is going to help boost you both financially. And this is kind of finding the balance. Again, we have a card of balance with you in this new way. Maybe, somehow financially there were some issues. That was a part of the challenges and problems. And they want to have a whole new beginning to find this balance. So then the hidden factors you don't see. Well, I mean, you may not be in contact with them. If you are, they're not communicating very well or at all, but they want to move forward swiftly, passionately. They may want to literally travel to you. The Eight of Fire, I believe I'm missing something here. Gathering momentum, celebrating swift changes. And maybe the swift changes are within themselves, that they're figuring out their emotions. And they're coming to this place of clarity of how they want to move forward with you. Transformation. This is a card of transformation. You may not realize this, but I think they are going through a huge transformation and really figuring out what their part was in all of this, and having a solid conviction that they want it to be different the next time around. Test of courage. I think they feel like they're kind of afraid that there's going to be drama again. Maybe they're dealing with some kind of drama and conflict in their own life, because this is what you don't see. It could be the drama and conflict just within themselves as they go through this transformation, as they try and figure out how they want to move towards you, knowing they want it to be quick, but also knowing like they have to really watch their step. Swift decisions. This came up in my air sign reading today. Yeah, swift movement, swift decisions. I think they're getting really clear on how they want to move forward with you. And you don't know yet, but you will know soon. They're gaining that bigger picture that's going to allow them to have the clarity they need. There it is. There's the ego. Yes. Yes, we've got someone with the bruised ego here. And they're working on it. They're recognizing that their ego has been a huge part of why you're in this place. That they need to get beyond their ego. Better to say, they need to acknowledge and integrate that ego, because all this stuff is from fear, from holding themselves in this place that's really uncomfortable. And once they integrate it and acknowledge the fear, then they're able to step into that place of having courage to move forward. Yeah, they're going through a pretty sizable transformation. And your advice is to be willing to release the past, being willing to accept that things happened the way they did, that everyone was doing the best they could with what they had in the moment, that the challenges and problems that you were dealing with don't have to continue. But that it may be that in order to get to the calmer waters, that you need to be willing to let go of the need to be right, and to step into a place of love and acceptance and compassion instead. That it's kind of, ultimately, it's always in our own hands to move out of the conflict, to see the opportunity to step back, gain a new perspective. Unfulfilled expectations. You may be called to really examine within yourself where your expectations have not been fully met. And I feel like you've already kind of spent some time doing this. But maybe you need to go deeper. That in order to get to the calmer seas, get out of the crazy turmoil, that you need to be willing to examine what you want, what don't you want, what you're willing to put up with and what you're not. Caring for yourself is really, really crucial at this time. That, maybe you've been up in your head about this whole situation. Maybe you've had some ego issues as well. It's brought up some fear in you. And in order to get out of your head, it's really important to get into your body, to ground yourself, to nourish yourself. Caring for yourself. It's not just about, eating the good food. It's about like going outside and getting fresh air. Go move your body, exercise, go for a walk, be in nature. Do the things that feel good to you, that feel inspiring to you. That's what's going to get you to a place of where you feel more calm and content with yourself, and ultimately with your life. And and that's where you gain your wisdom, is through really putting yourself first, taking care of yourself, knowing what you need to do to be happy within yourself, within your life. And I think that regardless of whether this person is or is not in your life, this is you getting to a place of being okay with it. That your self-worth, your identity is not based on whether this person is or is not around. That you have it all in your hands to make your life the way you want it, to feel the way you want to feel. This is learning that at this point you've learned how to take back your power, and then you're celebrating that. It's the wisdom of experience, learning the lessons. And then the outcome, how's it going to play out? Looks really good. I mean, this is a card about nonconformity. It's also about doing your personal best. Being willing to put in the work for the long haul, for the journey. But because it's a unicorn, that speaks to me of magic. That there's going to be a huge magical shift in your life, in this situation in general. And maybe you decide to come together. Maybe you decide not to. But that it's going to lead you to something really awesome, really magical. And we have more. There's a lot of contemplation here. This is so interesting. So many of my readings this week have been about this. There's a lot of reflection, a lot of contemplation on both ends, both sides. And this is the wisdom of solitude. So we have the wisdom of experience and the wisdom of solitude. And that's where you gain your wisdom, is by going within. Doing that introspection, that inner reflection. That's where you find the magic. Yeah, the magic. The magician is the master at magic. And what does it say? Taking chances, using your intuition, gaining that wisdom from going within and being on your own gets you to this place of realizing that there's not just magic around you. The magic is within you. You are the magic. And this could be about manifesting what you really want in your life. And maybe this person doing the same for you, or realizing, I don't know, maybe there's something better. I think that there are some financial issues to work on. That, if you do end up back with this person, they see the potential for you guys to start in this new way, but you're definitely going to have to get on the same page, and stuff's going to come up again. you both have things that you need to figure out. Your kind of, Darlene Lisa, yay, welcome. Notice the wrench, I figured it out. It was so much easier than when I first was looking online. They did not tell me the easy way. So through a little more searching, I figured it out. Yay, thank you. Now you're official. But yeah, this is learning the lessons, those deeper, issues around money and abundance and prosperity. And I think that it has to do that, even though you still are going to bump up against this, that you're going to transform this, that it's going to take a little bit of effort, but you're going to get through, and it's going to end up, it's going to bring you to a very magical place, having learned the lessons, gain the wisdom. And just like with so many of my readings this week, there's not a clear indication that you will or won't stay with this person. Potentially, there's a good potential for transforming all of this and starting from a new place. But it could be you also just taking your own power back and doing what you need to do to care for yourself. Yay, Aquarius, that's awesome. This is this is a great reading, in that you are learning that you are always, it always comes back to you. You always have the power within yourself to create your happiness in your life, regardless of anybody else around you. And when you can really fully own that, get to that place of, the wisdom of experience, you're like enjoying your cake, you're actually celebrating. It's like, that you can manifest anything you want into your life, that you do not have to compromise. If something doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. And this is you just like, yep, I can handle anything. So that's beautiful. That's where we all want to get ultimately. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you well on this journey, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Where I completely forgot about the song. I keep doing that. Should I look right now? Let's see. Let's pull up a song right now. Let that be the end of the reading for a change. Okay, here's song title, Stockholm. Going to Sweden, perhaps. Maybe there's some travel here. Maybe the person you're dealing with is Swedish, or maybe you're going to go on a trip with them to Sweden. Maybe you are Swedish. Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, you can go your own way. Yeah, this is great. And anyway, thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Darlene. I'm really excited that you are official now. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, Sweden, the States, or otherwise. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.